Hello, everybody. This is a short podcast taster of what Congility 2011 is going to be all about. I'm Nazar Bina, conference chairperson, and I'm here today with Ann Rockley of the Rockley Group. And we're going to be talking a little bit about what's coming up at the conference, the content integration theme, and what you can all expect. Ann is president of the Rockley Group, a leading and internationally recognized consultancy firm in the content space. She's also author of Managing Enterprise Content, a Unified Content Strategy, and has been talking about content strategy for possibly a decade before the term got into popular use. So we're very happy to have her on the speaking roster, and we're going to ask her a little bit about what content integration means and why she finds it compelling to make content agile. So, Anne, before we get started, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, as you said, I am president of the Rockley Group, and the Rockley Group has been around for more than 20 years. We've been helping organizations to move towards content management, and particularly associated with structured content. And we work with organizations to analyze their current situation, to understand their content lifecycle, what's working, what's not working. We take a look at their content, and we help them to develop a unified content strategy such that they can deliver to their customers in multiple channels, so print, web, help, e-learning, apps, e-books, all sorts of different things. In a really intelligent way, content is structured, it's reusable, it's very modular, and it builds in a way which makes sense to the customer, so moving maybe from areas like from technical documentation into e-learning, into call centers and customer support, and out through marketing and a variety of other areas as well. So it really is a unified content strategy, and it's integrating both the processes, the content, and the content development areas within the organization.
Okay, thank you very much. This year, the theme is about content integration, leveraging standards to improve the customer experience. Can you tell us about what that integration means to you, and do you have any examples of that kind of integration? Maybe something that talks about the standards idea.
Sure. We've been working with standards for probably the whole time. The company has been in existence, starting with early SGML, but the standard we tend to work with most today is DITA, the Darwin Information Typing Architecture, and we use it a lot because it's designed to be very modular and reusable. And while most people think that DITA can only be used for technical documentation, in fact, it can be used in a much more broad-based way, and so we can use it to integrate content across the organization. So we use it in technical documentation, we use it in support, we use it for e-learning, we use it for marketing, we use it for e-books and digital publishing, a variety of different areas. And because it's structured, it lends itself to helping the organization work in a more consistent, organized way.
Can you give an example where that might affect the customer?
Certainly. What we do when we work in any situation is we start with the customer and what their requirements are, what kind of content they're looking for, to what depth they're looking for it in, when are they looking for it, so at what point in their life cycle, when they're deciding to buy a product, or when they're using it, or when they're fixing it, whatever it is. So we start with the content and the customer, and we work that backwards, and we use the standards to help develop a unified content strategy which identifies the content that is to be used at what point and where, and we structure it such that we could use it. Initially, it could potentially be in marketing materials, it could be reused into technical documentation, into training materials, it can be used out of specs, it can be used into support materials in a variety of different ways. So that standard helps us to standardize the content and make it more modular and reusable for the customer.
Great. So thank you very much for that. So finally, you're going to be running a pre-conference workshop which will look at integration across silos, and also doing a feature presentation. Would you be able to tell our audience a little bit about what they could expect?
Certainly. With the workshop, the pre-conference workshop, what I'll be focusing on there is identifying your content areas within the organization and to look towards how to create an integrated solution across those content areas. So we'll be looking to how you can identify content silos, areas where content is created and recreated. And we will also talk about how to analyze the content for use for giving a single perspective on your organization and information. We'll also look at developing a business case and return on investment to help your organization understand the value of creating that content strategy, potentially purchasing content management, things like that.
Okay.
Then with the in-conference session, I'm going to be focusing most on what we call intelligent content. And intelligent content is semantically structured content, so that means that we have structure within the information that we can identify. And when we can identify that structure, we can do all sorts of things with it. So it makes our content more effective. We can manipulate, we can automate, for example, personalization. We can push that content out to different platforms because we can recognize what the content is and said, oh, hey, when it's on the web, it looks like this. When it's in print, it looks like something else. When it's in an ebook, it a third way. So we semantically structure it, and we add semantic metadata to it to categorize it for information retrieval. And we look towards, of course, writing that content in a more structured and intelligent way as well, so it's more usable all the way through. So really, really looking at that content strategy.
Okay, so for manipulation and publishing, and also for the internal benefits as well.
Yes, absolutely. Retrieval is really important. You've got to be able to find it to use it.
Okay, so thank you very much for that, and thank you very much for your time. For more information on the conference and other speakers like Rahel Bailey, myself, and case studies from global brands like Symantec, eBay, AMD, AGFA, and more, please go to congility.com/2011. And for those interested in spending a day with Ann, getting hands-on with these issues, and spending some time with her at the conference, please note that workshop spaces are limited, so book early if you want to ensure a spot on them. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ann. Bye-bye.
Bye.